Hello, hello. Time for a video. Oops. A bit noisy outside of my office, but that sounds good now. Okay, so new topic, number 66. Some people say it's the government's responsibility to fund school buses. Others think parents should be responsible for bringing their kids to school. Both views and opinion. So, as always, you've got to paraphrase. Sentence 1, simply restate the topic. Some people, according to some, should, ought to, other people, you can change the form of the word. As I said, if you can't think of a synonym, be responsible, responsibility, bringing their kids, children, taking, a few things that you can do here. Government, state, fund school buses, provide transportation. So, what's your thesis? What's your answer to the questions? Well, you've got two views. Be in charge of safety may concern the parents. Reducing traffic on the roads. If everybody's driving the kids to school, just centre that a bit. Okay, that's better. If everybody's driving their children to school, it's going to be very crowded. So school buses are obviously better in terms of congestion, pollution, etc. So that's what you could say if you wish. So here's an example. According to some, parents ought to assume the responsibility of driving their children to school. Other people, however, argue that the state itself should provide transportation taking young students to school. Although to be in charge of safety of children is a main concern, in my view, reducing traffic on the road needs to be given priority. So that's what you could do. So now, according to some, according to some, the government should hold the responsibility to financially back up school buses. Well, financially back up, I don't know, to finance school buses. Others, nonetheless, opine. I've never opined anything. I always think that parents ought to shoulder the responsibility of bringing, well, it's not bringing, it's taking children to school, or their children to school. In my view, although parents can help in some cases, it is mainly the government's duty to provide school children with transportation services, as not all parents are able to help, including working parents. Okay, that's good. So, some people assert that the accountability of funding for school, why not simply say the funding of school buses, for buses, should be taken by the government or the state. Others hold the view, bringing children to school, again, bringing, you take, you bring children to school needs to be responsibility of their parents. In my view, if authorities shoulder this duty, well, you usually shoulder a burden. You don't take on, you usually take on a duty or shoulder a burden. In terms of collocation, that's a natural one. That's how we would do it. So in my view, I'll shoulder this burden. The beneficial effect of it occur to children more. It's not very well phrased. The beneficial effect of it occur. How can it occur? Or children will benefit. So that's not very good. That's not very clear. I'm not really sure how I would probably rewrite that. In my view, if authorities shouldered this burden, the children would benefit more. Probably. The children would benefit more. Not the beneficial effect of it occur to children more. Some would argue that the government, because in general, needs third-person S to take the responsibility of paying for school transportation services. Okay. Others believe that parents ought to be in charge of taking their children to school. That's good. Although by funding school buses and children's safety, take them to school. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Just watch. Again, people keep doing it. Take, bring. Now, for bringing their kids. Now, I don't know where this question came from, but bringing, well, you take, so that's not your fault then, but still, take, bring. So, that's good. Nowadays, right. What's that got to do with the topic? Well, some groups hold the view, or some people. I don't think it's. Did it say some? Some people. Does it say anything about groups? Well, some groups hold the view that taking kids to the school or to school in general, is parents' duty, is the parents' duty. Watch your articles. I partially disagree and believe that the government should allow cases right now, right. Which are what? What are these compelling reasons of which you don't write? So if you're going to put something such as that, put an outline sentence. I mean, right, so for example, parents' expenses and safety of the children. Yeah? Now this one here is a little bit, if authorities shoulder, there will be some benefits to the children. So what you could have done there is said, the benefits of safety or whatever your benefits are, you could have put it there. But this one here, it's a government's duty. Not all parents are able to help. So in this essay here, presumably he would be talking about parents at work who can't take the kids, so we need a school bus. So that would work well. So, what are we now? Compelling reason, yeah. So I would, try and give some hint about what those reasons may or may not be. Allocate facilities of bus can be addressed. Well, okay. Again, what is the point of that sentence? Allocate facilities. What's that got to do with the topic? It's merely saying who should take the kids to school. Should it be parents or should it be the government in a bus? Not. That's it. That's all. More conventional to provide. Well, it's not more conventional, is it? How is it more conventional? It's if you go back to the topic, some think parents should take their kids. Others think it should be the state that should fund buses. That's it. That's what it's talking about. Where are we? Right. More, so it's nothing to do with being conventional or not. Should prepare this facility? What you mean? Should take their children? What facility? The transportation. Is that a facility? And how can you prepare a facility? That parents should take the responsibility. That parents should drive their children. Should take their children. Prepare this facility. I personally assert the idea that it is the responsibility of the government to provide all the facilities for schools. Okay, so you think it's a duty of the state, where you have to explain that. So, we don't really need that sentence, Malcolm. And some things need a bit of changing. It's not precisely paraphrasing the topic. People have different views. Whether it is the state's duty to budget school transportation, budget for, or to pay for. To budget means to put money aside, not necessarily directly to fund, so it's kind of similar. Responsibility on kids to school. Okay, but you'd have to, because, why? If you mentioned a possible reason to expand that part of the sentence, that would be good. Well, true, but again, why? Right, you don't need these general sentences introducing the topic. Education without any doubt. Well, yeah, but what's that got to do with the topic? And this one as well. We don't need it. If we take these two sentences out, it doesn't take anything away from the introduction. Some individuals think that the government should allocate a budget, or they should simply budget to address this issue because of environmental concerns. Okay. Suppose good financial pressure. I've been informed. So now that part's good. All right. We don't need sentence 1 and 2. And in my opinion, the former practice is based on sound ground. We don't usually say sound ground. We say on solid ground as a collocation, but we wouldn't really say that in any case. So why not say, in my view, the government should pay because blah, 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 blah. So why is it on solid ground? Why? So, again, we can see a few of you, and this is no doubt what you've been taught in your institutes or schools. General education, but you don't need it. Go to IELTS Liz, IELTS Advantage, Pauline Cullen, the author of the IELTS test. Read her books. Go to her Facebook page and site. She says, don't do this. And she's the author of the exam. So if you don't believe me, go and read hers. So we don't need it. Get to the point. Some people think, I think this because blah, blah, blah. That's it. Clear, direct. Now, I'll quickly show you this again. I'll no doubt be showing this several more times in the future. So, and don't ask for this because I won't send it. A clear, fully developed position which directly answers the question. Pretty straightforward, yeah? Some people think, others say this, in my view, because blah, blah, blah. Boom. And if you do that, oh, look, what do you get? So, that's not my opinion. That's criteria's, examiner's opinion. Okie doke. So, back to the plot. Now, that's a reason. Shouldn't be in your introduction. That should be in your body paragraph, not your introduction. So, so we can get rid of all that. Right, so some people think the government should support this transportation service financially. Other people believe the responsibility lies with parents. Okay, good. Now, empty sentence. Your opinion, as we've just said, clear, directly answer. If you say, oh, this essay will examine both sides and provide my opinion, is that directly answering the question, beginning in the introduction? No, it's not. Again, if you go to read Pauline Cullen's free book, you can find it online. She specifically says, don't provide these empty scope sentences. It tells the reader nothing. This essay will examine both sides and provide my opinion. Well, yes, because that's what you've been told to do, so why not do it? Don't tell me what you will do. Do it. Okay, and that should be in your body paragraph because that's a reason. It doesn't say that in the topic. It doesn't. It just says some people think this, some think that. Tell me which you think and talk about both, and that's it. So I hope that that helps. So I'll see you next time. We'll post a new topic maybe later today. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'll see you later.